Time now to talk a little bit of high school basketball, and usually kick off the season with the Boylan Thanksgiving tournament. And with me right now, I have head coach Mike Winters over at Boylan High School. And Coach, good to have you on today.
Thanks, Dave. It's good to be here.
You know, when you look at it, it's not that far away from the start of the basketball season, but a little bit of a shakeup this year with some teams coming to your tournament. But it looks like it's really going to be a fun tournament for everybody, especially in our area.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I know Rockford Public Schools wanted to go off and do their own thing, so obviously we had to replace a couple of the schools, and I get that. I mean, we love having home games at Thanksgiving, and I'm sure they're thinking the same thing. So, but yeah, we were able to pick up some really solid teams. Obviously, Rockford Lutheran has been an outstanding program the last few years, and looking forward to having them, and maybe creating a little bit of a new rivalry. And DeKalb is back. DeKalb was a young team, but fairly talented team last year, and they've got pretty much everybody back, so they're going to be awfully good as well.
And they also brought in a pretty good coach, too, didn't they? They had some D1 experience. I think he was at UIC.
Yeah, Coach Biancalana has got a pretty good history, so I think DeKalb fans got to be pretty excited about getting him on board, and he's certainly going to be he's going to do a great job there for him.
And, with adding Harlem and Freeport, you get a lot of orange and black in that tournament. And I talked to Chad Barger the other night at the football game. He's thrilled to be that close to home. He thinks it's a great thing for him.
There's something to be said. It's funny how teams want to stay close to home at Thanksgiving and teams want to travel at Christmas. It's just kind of how that works out. I know I feel exactly the same way. It's great to stay close to home. It'll be great to get Harlem here and Freeport, obviously, I think. Hopefully some continuity at Freeport, with their third coach in 3 years, but Coach Pierce will do a nice job, I believe, and so it'll be good to get them here as well. And it's always fun to kind of, what I really like about tournaments, I get to see our conference teams, but we don't have to play against them, so we kind of get a feel for what we're going to be up against throughout the conference season, while we're working on our non-conference schedule.
And that's a really good concept because you're bringing a lot of fans because you got a lot of local teams, and so they bring a lot of people with them during the week, and that always helps out a little bit.
It does. I think everybody's curious. Everybody wants to see what everybody else has got. So it's not just people showing up for one game. They tend to stay for multiple games just to kind of check out what they're going to be up against throughout the season.
Yeah, and bringing in Lutheran. Did Lutheran want to make it this tournament because they thought they were going to be in a higher for the state final tournament stuff, for regionals and stuff? Did they think this would be a good move for them, and then they go ahead and decide they're not going to do that this year?
I'm not sure if that's the exact reason. I don't want to speak for Tom, but I think their program is just improving, and they need to get out and play better competition. I think this is one of the steps for them. I don't want to speak for them, but I would assume that's the main reason. And the other reason is a smaller school like Lutheran with the football success. Again, you don't want to get caught traveling a whole lot because you never know what kind of a team you're going to have available.
That's true.
If your team really goes deep, and we're obviously facing the same thing every year where we just don't know if we're going to have our full team or if we're going to. I mean, like last year we literally got them, I think, one practice before our first game. So we're both kind of with that football issue as well. So you throw traveling on top of that, it just makes it really difficult at that time. So staying close to home again is just nice when you're facing those things. And
you have two Chicago schools coming in too, right?
Yeah, we had Chicago Hope and Chicago Collins back. They've been here for quite a while, and Chicago Collins has been very competitive. Just brings in some good athletes, and they play a zone pretty well, pretty disciplined in that, and for us, it's a chance to see some of that quickness that we're going to see in the conference.
Well, Coach, thanks so much. We'll always look forward to the Boylan Thanksgiving tournament, and have a good season, bud.
All right, Dave. Enjoy some football.
We've been talking to head coach Mike Winters of the Boylan Titans basketball program and their holiday tournament. For the StatelineSportsHub.com, I'm Dave Schmidt.